standing up, collarbones wide, and we're just gonna take some easy bicep curls to get going. And let's add a little heel lift. So lifting the heels and lowering. Up and down with control. One more. Keep the heels down, continue that bicep movement. And we're gonna add a little knee lift. Lifting one leg and then switching, marching. Keep the collarbones wide so we have a little squeeze in the shoulder blades. Last 3, 2, and 1. Feet down. Let's keep the arms long or straight, and we're gonna lift up to the sides. Lower down with control. Just coming up to shoulder height or lower. You can always make it smaller. Slide the shoulders down as the arms come up. Three more. All right, we'll let the arms just hang, and we're gonna get into some squats. So keeping the back straight, fold at your hips and knees. How deep is up to you, and then stand up. Hinging at the hips and knees, and stand up. Weight toward the heels as you bend. Weight slightly forward into the toes as you stand. Inhale, sit. Exhale, stand. One more. And we'll hold it down. Let's take both arms back for tricep press. Bend your elbows, press back. Bend and press. Squeeze the shoulder blades again. Three more. And we'll stand all the way up. Roll your shoulders back a few times. And then forward a few times. All right, we're gonna bend the arms, bring the hands up, and we're just gonna do some circles of the wrists. Try and keep your forearms stable. Reverse. And now we'll turn the palms down, same circles, just a little bit different experience in those muscles. Reverse. Let's turn the palms up again. We're going to keep the wrists straight, and we'll rotate the upper arms out and in, twisting the upper arm bones within the shoulder sockets. One more, rotate out and hold. Keep the arms here, turn your head to the right. See how far you can turn your head and neck. Back through center and twist your head and neck to the left. One more each way, stretching your neck as you rotate the head. One more. And release, let's set those weights off to the side. Okay, and we're gonna come back into our squat position. So folding at the hips and knees, long flat back, and then let the arms just hang. We're gonna take one arm forward, one arm back, lifting both arms, and then switch. Lifting both arms up, keeping the spine stable and moving those shoulders. Good. Yeah, keep switching at your own pace. Two more each side. All right, let's stand up just to give those legs a little break. Hands on your hips this time. And we're gonna squat down again. Fold at the hips and knees, back straight. Now from here, we're gonna tap one foot back and then bring it forward and switch. Tap the other foot back and bring it in, keeping the hips pretty low. Transferring your weight from one leg to the other. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and stand up. Let's take some big arm circles. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, reach back behind you and down. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. All right, let's stack your arms or grab your elbows. We're gonna twist to the right and lift your right foot or your right knee. Step back down as you come through center and switch, lifting the leg you're twisting toward. So this is a balance challenge. Root down through the standing foot, lift up through the crown of your head. Sending any tension from your shoulders down into your abdominals instead. One more each side. All right, let's step your feet out wide, wide parallel. Hands to your hips, big slow hip circles. A big yawn for your hip joints, just waking up those hips. Noticing how they feel, where there's tightness, where there's not. And then reverse. Again, noticing where there's tightness, where there's not. It might be different than when we went the other way. Back to center. Let's turn the toes out, the heels in, so external rotation, and stack your arms again. Sumo squats. Fold at the hips and knees. How low is up to you, and then stand up. Really open the knees as you squat. Good, and stand. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stand. Good, keeping the back straight. Option to lift your heels up at the top, heels down as you come down. Two more. Let's stay tall, heels down, and let's take another twist here, just stretching the ribs and shoulders back through center and twist the other way. One more each side, keep the hips stable, twisting from the waist up. Let's actually do that one more time each side. Find your oblique abdominals. And last one. Okay, let's heel toe the feet in, back to parallel. Okay, you're welcome to hold on to something for this. We're gonna find that little tiny squat, so just a little bend at the hips and knees. Transfer your weight to one leg, and we're gonna take the other leg out to the side and just prop those toes on the floor. You're gonna lift your leg up and lower down, up to the side and down, up and down, tapping your toes on the floor. Good, 3 more, 3, 2. Now this one, try to hold it up. Little circles, teeny tiny circles. Reverse. And we'll stand up, shake it out. Okay, we're gonna do that on the other leg. Feel free to turn around or holding something else. Little tiny squat. Extend your leg out to the side. And we'll lift up to the side and down. Up, lower, tap the floor. Up to the side and down. Good. Four, 3. Hold it up to the side, little circles here. Really small circles. Reverse. And we'll step down, shake it out. Good. Okay, let's find some internal rotation. So we're gonna point the toes and knees slightly in. Hands can come to your hips or you can come to your thighs. You're gonna fold at the hips and knees, little squat here, sticking the butt out. And then you're just gently gonna sway your hips side to side, just to stretch some of those muscles that we just worked. All right, come back up. Let's have a seat on the floor or on the mat. All right, sitting down. And let's grab those weights again. This is optional. You could do it without the weights if you like. Knees together, ankles together, and we'll try lifting those weights up. Or you can have your arms up without the weights. Shoulders down. Squeeze your knees. We're gonna hinge back, straight back, straight back, and then come up. Good. Arms come down as you lean back. Arms come up as you sit tall. Inhale, hinge back. Exhale, lift through midline, through your inner thighs and abdominals. Two more. Let's hinge back one more time. Arms come parallel to the floor. Little circles of your arms. You're welcome to have the palms up. If that feels good, squeeze the knees. Reverse. And we'll set the weights down. Okay. We're gonna come to a Z-sit. So turning to one side, we'll have one foot tucked back, the other foot up in front of you. You're gonna take one hand to the floor, one hand to your hip. We're gonna roll this hip forward, back and down, up and forward, back and down. Just massaging that hip joint. Again, noticing where there's tightness, where there's not. How far can you go in each direction? And now find the midpoint between those two extremes and we'll try and keep our hip here. We're gonna flex that foot behind you. You're gonna keep that foot down. Lift the knee up and down, just a small up and down. Try not to let your hip roll back, but keep that hip forward as your knee comes up. So it's a pretty small movement. Option to take both hands off the floor. Two more here. And now let's keep your knee down and lift the back foot up and down. Internal rotation. Three more. Okay, rest that leg down. We're gonna give that a little break. You're gonna come down to your elbow. And reach your other arm up to the ceiling. We're gonna do a twist. Reach underneath your waist, reaching behind you, and then unwind, reach up to the ceiling. And again, inhale under, exhale up. One more. Okay, let's take a side stretch. Lift your ribs up, stretch overhead. And from here, we're gonna take a few big circles of your arm, just stretching that shoulder. Good. Reverse. Last one. All right, let's come back up onto your hand. All right, we'll still keep that back foot flexed. This time, you're gonna lift your knee and your foot and lower. So lifting that whole leg up. If you need to lean over more, you can. Your hand can be down for support, or you can try lifting that hand off the floor for more oblique work. 4, 3, 2, And this time we'll hold it up, bring your knee forward, knee back, knee forward and back. And we're gonna come all the way forward and switch to the other side. Z-sit on your second side. We'll point the back foot for this first exercise. Hand on the floor, hand on your hip, and we'll roll the top hip forward and then back and down, massaging this hip joint. Exploring how far you can go in each direction. If you have any knee pain, then don't go that far, or maybe you don't do this exercise, yeah. And then let's find the middle place between those two extremes. We'll keep your hip there, flex the back foot, and we're gonna take your knee up and down to start. So a little external rotation, keeping the hip forward. Maybe both hands come off the floor. Relax the shoulders. One more. And let's keep your knee down, lift the back foot up and down, however small that might be. Four more. Rest your foot down. We're gonna come down to our forearm and we're gonna twist. Reach your free arm underneath your waist and untwist, reach up. Three more. Inhale under, exhale up. Let's take your arm overhead, lift the side ribs up, and we'll take some big circles of your arm. Big yawn for your shoulder. Reverse. Last one. All right, push yourself back up onto your hand. Other hand to your hip, flex that foot behind you. We're gonna lift the whole leg up and down, lifting your knee and your foot. You can try taking both hands off the floor or keep that hand down for support. Three, two, and we'll hold it up. And we're gonna take your knee forward and back. Knee forward and back. Hovering that leg off the floor. Two more. And we'll come all the way forward and we'll take the legs in front of you. You're welcome to turn to the side if you like. Hands behind your thighs. Sit tall, and then we're gonna hinge back again. Just a little ways, we're gonna march the legs. Lift a knee and lower. Exhale up, inhale down. Alternating legs. You can keep holding the legs for support, or you can let go and reach forward. Shoulders down, collarbones wide. Another 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna take our hands, actually come down to your forearms behind you. Okay, so knees bent, tuck the pelvis here. Press your lower back down toward the floor, and then walk your legs to tabletop. And we're gonna do that same marching from here. Inhale, lower one foot, exhale, lift, and then the other foot. I guess it's the reverse of our marching. Lowering just one leg at a time. You could tap the floor, or if the floor is too far away, then maybe you make it smaller. Keep pressing your lower back down as your foot comes down. Breathe however makes sense to you. Last one each leg. And we'll set the feet down, come up onto your hands. We'll have the hands behind you. Fingers can point forward or out to the sides for push-ups behind your back. Inhale, bend the arms. Exhale, press. We get a stretch for the front of the shoulder as we bend the arms, and a little bit of tricep engagement as we straighten. Four more. Let's bend the arms, come down for little pulses. Up an inch, down an inch. Three, two, one. Come all the way up. And then let's lie down on your back. Okay. You can lie flat. Well, yeah, we'll lie flat. Shoulder blades flat against the mat, arms down by your sides. Palms can be down or palms can face in. We're gonna work our way up to bridging, but we're gonna do a little bit of pelvic movement first. So your pelvis is gonna stay on the floor, and we're gonna rock the pelvis. So we're gonna press your lower back down toward the floor, curling the tailbone slightly up, and then release. And now we'll go the other way. Press your tailbone down, and your lower back should lift or arch more. And then we'll do that again, rocking back. Press your lower back down, dive your pubic bone toward your navel or toward your nose, and then press the tailbone down into the floor or toward your feet, arching the low back up. And keep rocking like this at your own pace. And the challenge here is to not use your legs or your glutes, but instead use your core, your abdominals in the front and your lower back muscles in the back. So those muscles work in concert to create that pelvic movement, posterior and anterior tilt. And it might just be interesting to notice if your head is also tilting back and forth. It may or may not be. One more each direction. And then find the center, find your neutral. Press your arms and shoulders down. We're gonna keep our neutral pelvis, keep our neutral spine, and we'll do some neutral bridging. So almost like you're lifting one end of a 2x4. So we lift the pelvis up and the whole spine comes up. Of course, the shoulders stay down. Hold for an inhale. We're going for that straight line from your shoulders out to your knees. And then we fold at the hip joints, slowly landing the tailbone and sacrum down together, landing in your neutral. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, narrow your waist, hug your abdominals in and float your pelvis up. Hold for your inhale. And exhale, hinge at the hips, lower down. Keep pressing the shoulders down, 2 more. Narrow your ribs and waist as you lift. Keep the abdominals working as you hold and as you lower. I think 1 more. The abdominals are working like a corset or a girdle, narrowing the torso. Okay, single leg. Let's keep your right foot on the floor, left leg to tabletop. Everything else should remain the same. Press down through your right foot, float your pelvis up, staying in that neutral, hips are level. Hold for your inhale. Exhale, lower down. We're gonna do 2 more on this leg. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, press down through your foot, float the pelvis, narrow your ribs and waist, press down through the shoulders. Inhale, hold. Exhale, float down with control, working as you come down. Last one on this leg. And we'll switch at the bottom. Inhale, prepare. Press the arms down. Exhale, float your pelvis up. Narrow your ribs and waist. Level the hips. Stay for your inhale. Keep pressing the arms and shoulders down. Exhale, slowly lower, working as you come down. 2 more. Last one. Find your abdominals, your hamstrings, the backs of your shoulders and triceps, and lower with control. All right, let's step your feet out wide, open your arms out to the sides, and gently sway your knees side to side. As far as those knees can go, stretching the hips, the back, the shoulders. Okay, let's grab our weights. Okay, and we're gonna take the arms straight up. So arms vertical, wrists over shoulders, and we're gonna start with a shoulder and scapular movement. So arms are gonna stay straight. We'll lift the arms up, lifting your shoulders, but not lifting the head. And then slowly press the shoulders down into the floor. Maybe you even squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit. Again, lift your arms, lift your shoulders, lift your weights, widen the shoulder blades across your back, and then slowly melt the shoulders down. And maybe even press your shoulders down, maybe squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale to lift, wide through the upper back. Exhale, lower, broadening the collarbones, little squeeze in the back. 2 more. You could also do this without the weights, that's fine too. And 1 more. Can you go a little further? Maybe so, maybe not. All right, find your neutral, relaxed shoulder. Bring the weights together, and we'll get into some triceps. Bend your arms, weights to your forehead, and press up. Bending weights to the forehead, and lift up. Deepen your abdominals with each exhale, good. Hinging at the elbows. Option to take your legs to tabletop. If you bring your legs to tabletop, be sure to imprint your lower back, deepening the abdominals. And you're also welcome to add the legs, extending your legs up as you straighten the arms. Inhale, bend, good. Engaging the backs of the arms and the front of the thighs. Four more. Extend your arms up, extend your legs up if you can. Now we're gonna move opposite limbs together. You're gonna take your right arm to the side, your left leg out to the other side, and then bring them back up. Tap the legs and arms together and then switch. Open, inhale. Exhale, lift, tap to midline. Inhale, open. Stabilize your torso and pelvis. So we don't want that leg to go so far that it rotates your pelvis. 2 more each leg. A little tuck of your chin, deepen your abdominals. Last one each way. Now let's take both arms and both legs open and close. Just 3 more like this. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 2. And last one. Bend your knees, set your feet down, and set your weights down next to your hips. Palms on top of the weights, straighten those arms. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, draw your chin to your chest, curl your head, neck, and chest up. Roll the weights forward just a bit. Stay for your inhale. And exhale, roll the spine back down. Inhale at the bottom, neutral pelvis as you do this. Exhale, tuck your chin, curl the head, neck, and chest up. Can you keep your pelvis in neutral? Roll the weights forward. Inhale, hold. Exhale and lower. 2 more. Exhale, curl and reach. Rolling the weight slightly forward. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower down. Last one. Let's hold here. Float your arms up off of the weights. Little arm pumps. Inhale for 5 arm pumps. Exhale for 5 arm pumps. Stabilizing the torso as you move your arms. You're welcome to take one or both legs to tabletop, or play with any leg position that feels good to you. We're going to do 3 more breaths here. And we'll lower everything down. Gently roll your head side to side just to release the tension from your neck. And we'll grab those weights, reach your arms up to the ceiling again. This time, palms facing forward. And we'll take the elbows out wide, chest press, and push up. Good, inhale, bend. Exhale, lift. Little tuck of your chin to lengthen the back of your neck. 2 more. Hold the weights up, shoulders down. And we're going to straighten your right leg down on the floor. Flex that foot. Draw the low belly in. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift your right leg up. Inhale, lower down. And again, exhale, lift this leg. Inhale, lower. This time we'll lift up. Now we're going to bend the elbows wide as you lower your leg down. So it's that same chest press, and then push up and lift your leg. Inhale, lower the leg, bend the arms. Exhale, navel to spine and lift. 3 more. Lift up, pause here. Keep the arms here, set your foot down. Let's straighten the left leg down. Keep your arms where they are. Just your leg for now. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 2 more. Draw the low belly in to lift your leg. This time, lift up. And we'll bend the elbows wide as you lower the leg. Lift and push up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. 2 more. And we'll set those weights off to the side. Set your foot down. All right, arms out to the sides. We'll do a little twisting. Both legs to tabletop. Again, imprint your lower back. Squeeze your knees together. We're going to keep both arms and shoulders glued to the floor as you tip your knees to the right. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, use your abdominals to come back to center. Other way. Inhale, tip over to the left. Exhale, navel down and bring the knees back up. Again, inhale over. Exhale, center. 2 more each side. Last one each way. Okay, rest your feet down. Let's roll onto one side. So this is side lying work. You can use your arm as a pillow, or if you've got a pillow, you can use that too. Okay, so knees bent, knees together, feet together to start. And we'll do a little internal rotation. Lift and lower the top foot. A little up and down. Now let's keep the feet together. Lift the top knee, a little clamshell. And because our feet are down, it's going to be a little smaller than we might expect. Keep your pelvis stable. Two more. Okay, let's hover the top leg up so that leg is parallel to the floor. Let's keep your foot where it is, and we're gonna take your knee down, tap the other knee, and then bring your knee up. Tap your knee down, bring your knee up. Knee down, knee up. Yeah, so we're internally rotating back to neutral. One more. Lift your knee up. Now we'll keep the knee about here, tap your foot down and foot up. Maybe you're able to tap your other foot, maybe not. Good, yeah, external rotation for that leg. Two more. Okay, let's lower that foot, keep your knee up. Now from here, we're gonna switch, knee down, foot up, and switch, foot down, knee up. Going between internal and external rotation. Tap the knees, and then try to tap the feet. 3, 2, 1, and we'll rest that leg down. Okay, straighten the bottom leg out. Place your top knee on the floor, so we'll give that top leg a rest. Working the bottom inner thigh, lift and lower that leg. Exhale up, inhale down. Contract your abdominals to your spine. Hold the bottom leg up, and we're gonna take this leg forward and back, exploring how far forward and how far back you can go. Keep floating that leg off the floor. And now bring your leg forward. You're gonna lower that leg down, little rest, and lift it up. Down and up, down and up, at that little diagonal in front of you. Hold it up, and now take that leg back as far as you can. Lower and lift, lower and lift. 3 more. Lift up, bring that leg back in line with your spine. Little circles here. Reverse. And we'll lower down. Okay, let's straighten both legs. All right, we'll start with one hand in front of you. Squeeze your thighs together, navel to spine, and we'll lift both legs up. Lower both legs down. Exhale, navel back, lift your legs. Inhale, lower. Option to take one hand off the floor. Belly button back as you lift your legs. Another option is to lift the head and chest as you lift the legs, pressing down through that bottom arm, down into your serratus. You can do this with both hands on the mat or just one arm on the mat. 3 more. Lower down. Now let's lift the top leg just up to hip height. Little circles here. Stabilize your pelvis, reverse. Now let's hold this leg just above hip height, and you're gonna lift your bottom leg up and down. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Again, navel to spine. You can have a hand in front of you for support or take it off the floor for more challenge. Let's hold the bottom leg up, little circles of the bottom leg. Reverse. And lower down. Draw your knees in toward your chest. And we'll take the top arm forward. Lift that arm up and back for a twist. And we'll hang out here for a few breaths. Relax your shoulders, your neck, your jaw. Relaxing deeper with each exhale. Okay, let's untwist. We'll go to the second side. All right, coming all the way down. Use your arm as a pillow, or you can use a pillow. Little bend in both legs, knees together, feet together to start. We'll do a little internal rotation. Lift and lower the top foot, keeping the knees together. Three more. All right, let's keep the feet together and down. You're gonna take the top knee up and down. Stabilize your pelvis, making sure that hip doesn't roll back. Squeeze the feet together. Working our external rotation. Two more. Okay, now let's lift the whole leg up just slightly off the floor or off the other leg. We're gonna keep that top foot about where it is. You're gonna tap your knee down and lift your knee up. Tap the knee, lift the knee. Knee down and up. Internal rotation and parallel. Internal and parallel. One more. Keep the knee up, tap your foot down and foot up, foot down and up. External rotation, then parallel, external and parallel. Two more. Let's have your foot down, your knee up, and then switch. Foot up, knee down, and switch, and switch. Going back and forth between internal and external rotation. Three more. Two. One more of each. And rest that leg down. Okay, straighten the bottom leg out. Place your top knee on the floor in front of you. A little up and down with the bottom leg. Navel to spine as you lift your leg up. Let's hold the bottom leg up and we'll go forward and back, exploring how far you can go in each direction. Take this leg forward and you're gonna lower, tap the floor and lift. Lower and lift. Working at this little diagonal in front of you. Again, belly button to spine as you lift your leg. Two more. Hold it up, take your leg back, lower and lift. Trying to work a little bit behind your body, behind your back. Three. Hold it up, bring your leg just in line with your spine, little circles. Reverse. And we'll lower down, straighten both legs. Long line from your head out through your feet, squeeze your thighs together, navel to spine, and we're gonna lift both legs and lower. Belly button back and lift, inhale, lower. Engaging the abdominals, then lift the legs. Option to take one hand off the floor. And or you could lift your head and chest up, pressing into that bottom arm. Three, two, navel to spine, last one. Lower down. We'll have a hand in front of you. Let's lift the top leg about hip height. Small circles of this leg. Stabilize your pelvis. Reverse. Hold the top leg just above hip height, and we're gonna lift and lower the bottom leg. Again, use your abdominals for support. Option to take your top hand off the floor. Hold the bottom leg up, little circles of that leg. Reverse. And we'll lower both legs down, draw your knees in toward your chest. Fetal position, let's take the top arm forward, up and back to rotate. Relax your head, your neck, your shoulders. Feel free to make any adjustments to be more comfortable. And then relax into the floor. Untwist. We're going to come to hands and knees. We'll finish in quadruped. Just a little bit here. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Spread your fingers out wide. Find your long, flat back. All right, you're going to try and keep your spine here. We're going to step your right foot back toward a plank. Step your left foot back to meet it. Now bring your right knee down to the floor underneath your hip and bring the left knee down. Again, step the right foot back, left foot back, right knee down, left knee down. Two more, right, left, right, left. Last one here, right, left, right, left. Now starting with the left leg, step back left, step back right, come down left, come down right. Step left, step right, down left, down right. Two more here, last two. Stable torso. And we'll just take some cat-cow, or you can take a child's pose. A little stretch. All right, we're gonna tuck our toes underneath the feet. Sit your hips back toward your heels. And then walk your hands back. We're stretching the feet. You could maybe come off the hands, sitting toward the feet if that feels okay. If it's too much, you can always take the hands back down. Maybe you roll the shoulders a little bit in each direction. And then we'll take the hands back down. Find your way up to standing. And you're all done.